Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sandsawks back in the studio, and you've guessed it. I've got another first play for you. Today's game is the Banner Saga.
The gods are dead. This is not the problem. The problem is that everyone knows it. So the question becomes, to whom do you call out in times of need? When the sun stops in the sky and your homes turn to ash.
Hey, welcome back to the video, everyone. Like the introduction mentioned, it's time to do another one of our first plays. That's our series where we take a game that we've never played before, give you the first 10 minutes of gameplay for an initial reaction, and then a quick recap on what we thought with the amount of time we got to play the game for. Now, today's game is one that I've been looking at for quite some time, and I'm really excited to finally give it a shot, and it is the Banner Saga. So I first found the Banner Saga a few years ago when I was doing some research to try to find a game as identical to Final Fantasy Tactics from original PlayStation as I could. Now, Tactics was one of my favorite games growing up. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I honestly think it probably is my favorite game of all time. It's definitely a top 3 for me. So I came across this game, and it looks very identical. Now, it was released in 2014, the Banner Saga was, so we're behind on actually giving this a shot. I actually own it on PS4 as well. I bought it a few months ago because it was on sale and I had some money laying around in my PlayStation wallet. And I was looking on Steam yesterday and I saw that it's on sale there. You can get the Banner Saga 1, 2, and the soundtrack as a bundle for 50% off. So I went ahead and picked it up. I think it was $19.98 out the door or something like that. So if you're interested after this video, head on over to Steam and take a look. I'm expecting great things from this game. You know, only time will tell. But just looking at it here, this artwork, man, it looks, I like it. So this game is supposedly set in like a Viking world, but as far as the game, it's a tactical RPG from what I've read, and it's supposed to be very close to Tactics. Man, the artwork just looks superb in my opinion. This image right here really sticks out to me. It looks like a cross between Tactics and the Game of Thrones, which are two of my favorite, Tactics, one of my favorite games of all time. Game of Thrones is a TV series that I really enjoy, and I don't get into much TV, but I really like that. So the cross between the two looks good. The reviews on this game are very positive over the course of 8,200 total reviews, so high anticipation the game will deliver on what we're expecting of it. Before we launch the game, let's just go down here and take a quick look, the About This Game section. Live through an epic role-playing Viking saga where your strategic choices directly affect your personal journey. Make allies as you travel with your caravan across the stunning yet harsh landscape. Carefully choose those who will help fight a new threat that jeopardizes an entire civilization. Every discovery you make in travel, conversation, and combat has a meaningful effect on the outcome as your story unfolds. Not everyone will survive, but they will be remembered. Apparently, they are all in the North, because the North remembers. Good cross-reference there from what I previously mentioned. So, without further ado, we will play this game now. So the game has full controller support, which is interesting because that's what I did on Tactics, obviously, being a PlayStation game. But I'm really thinking that the mouse and keyboard is going to be the way to go for a tactical game. I always wanted to try that on Tactics, and I couldn't do that as a teenager. So let's see here, new game. Yeah, I just think being able to click on the field where you want to move and stuff for a tactical RPG is going to be far superior than having to, joystick across it or D-pad across it. All right. Oh, as soon as the game actually lets us interact, we'll start that timer. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern waste. Okay. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun. So it looks like it's giving me an option to close out of that, but I really want to fill this game. Like, I plan on playing this past this live play, or I'm sorry, past this first play. The music's good. I'm into it.
It has been several long months on the road. 'Tis now the time to return. It has been several long months on the road. 'Tis now the time to return. 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 'Tis now The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
All right, so there we go. We had an introduction there that I really didn't want to interrupt because I think it's important for the gameplay, but this is now letting me interact. So let's go ahead and start that timer. You got 10 minutes coming. Let's do it. All right. You arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. Man, that introduction, I don't want to waste time on it, but I liked it. These portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. It's your turn to act. Okay, so these portraits... Okay, got it. Down here in the bottom left. That's our active time battle system. All right, movement happens before action. This ring shows the shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Varl who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. Okay, cool. Click here. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. Okay, so there we go. To target an enemy, click on him. Click the tile. Okay. You can choose to either attack the enemy strength, or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon to 5 show the damage you will do to that stat. So strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Okay. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, and then confirm your choice. All right, so yeah, I see he has 4 shield, 5 health. Obviously, no need to break his shield if we can destroy him instantly. There you go, shield banger, get him. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which will be used later to improve your character. So basically our job points from what I would understand. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Okay, despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shieldbanger's armor. Now it's the Warhawk's turn. He will appear to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. Oh, by clicking on the gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemies show how close you'll have to get in order to I'm sorry, you'll have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. Let's just do what they tell us. How about that? Yeah, he's a big guy. Another giant. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has the special ability that gives him the unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access his ability. Okay. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and turn. Click the purple ability icon. Not going to read that. We've been doing enough reading, which I need the tutorial because I need to know how to play the game, but I also want to play it because I'm super excited about this game, so if you can't tell. All right, so we'll just click on that. If the character does not move, he can regain to 1 willpower. Okay. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shieldbanger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile, click the fist, and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. There we go. Boosting it to 9, and that'll finish him. Bye-bye, chieftain. We took over the hall. This is that hall that looks like the Game of Thrones. It looks like the Red Wedding almost, so that's cool. All the banners. It's Game of Thrones. What else can you ask for?
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Okay, so chapter 1, only the sun has stopped. So, yeah, from what I'm getting from the videos of this, it looks like it's going to be pretty well story-driven. So you're approached by a familiar man who walks in, step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase, which I appreciate. Thank you. Bet you're all wishing I would do that. What is that? Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? Okay, so I actually get to interact with the story, so I didn't know that was going to be part of it. Thumbs up. Ubin, isn't it? I'm just here for the tithe. What do you want? We'll be a little bit nice. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here. What did you have in mind? What did you have in mind? Let's find out first. Scalfings that you didn't hack him up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me in the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Okay. We can do that. Let's go to the docks. Okay. Click the market tent to visit the merchant. Don't know which one the market tent is. I didn't see anything. Let me handle this. Oh, you meander through rows of open-face houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Yeah, I'm not either. The Scalfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, so when you tell me what rant anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Let's see. I don't talk to Eric. I need some help here. I don't have the patience for this shit. Let's go. Sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Let's see here. We're going to intimidate him. We're not paying him anything. Look, I'm a goddamn giant here. You motion to Gunolf, your enormous bodyguard, who looms over the man like a snake over a mouse. Gods, Eric, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are these scalfings? Noblemen up by East Wall, but that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over. You figure your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gun off. You're wearing green back at the Great Hall. No, just bought 'em while you were walking around. Why? I thought I said you look like something else. They look good, no reason. You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Well played. Gunoff goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, the man of yours, seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a scaffolding, or scalfing, whatever the hell that is. Oh, if they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? Where is the place again? After this, I'm done here. Where's this place? Oh, it's not up to me, my friend. Didn't mean to click that, but oh well. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Because we're trying to get paid. So I see this little interface up here. Clansmen, fighters, Varl, great morale. I'm sure that I'll find out more about this as we play the game. Not sure where I was supposed to actually go here. So, okay, so I can click on that, the meat house. I didn't see that it was highlighted above it, but okay, we'll go there. Check it out. You arrive in front of what must be a nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out. Eric says over his shoulder, are you ready? So the rest of this, obviously, because that's our timer, I will have to check out at another point in time. The Banner Saga, we gave you 10 minutes of gameplay, which for this type of game, it's not much. As I say in almost every video I do these first plays for, 10 minutes isn't going to give you a great feel for what you're going to get out of the game if you decide to play it, in any depth. But one thing that I'd take away from this for sure is it definitely is going to be very story driven. I can already tell that. The fact that I get to interact with the story and make these choices right here, which is something I think there may have been a couple times in small dialogue that you got to do that in Tactics. I can't even remember if there were. I know there were some places where you'd go like a certain map and you'd choose to like enter from the north or the south, and that would make a difference in the gameplay for that particular battle. But I'm taking it that all these different interactions that I make weave me through the story, similar to what we were doing on our Trom video a couple videos ago, where that's the whole purpose of that game, was that it was a story that you made the choices for. This looks like a tactical RPG that you also make the choices for in the dialogue. So that is a very nice combination. I'm looking forward to that. The artwork, the graphics, the visuals, all thumbs up for those, in my opinion. I wish that I could have given a gameplay video, that was more about the battle and driving through the story, but we'll do that as time goes on. For the first play, I just want to show you what it's like when you first hop into the game. So there was definitely a tutorial there that helped me. There were some unique things to the Banner Saga that aren't in other games that I played, like the willpower thing, those special abilities, those kind of things. So the fact that they were brought to my attention and I made aware of them right off the bat, that's a good thing. You have to have a tutorial in a game like this. Obviously, they're a pain in the ass when you come back to do replays on games that you already know how to play, but they should have an option there, and maybe they do, to be able to bypass those. But the tutorial wasn't too overwhelming. It was informative enough. Again, sorry that you have to listen to me read a lot of this stuff. I know it sucks to watch a video and want to see the gameplay, but again, it's 10 minutes, initial reaction, recap on what we think. That's this whole series. Banner Saga, I will definitely play this. Unless something just went downhill real quick, I would anticipate playing it all the way through and then going on to Banner Saga 2. It looks good. I'm going to give it a shout out. So I just did so. Head over to Steam, pick it up if you're interested. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so. Share the video, and we will see you next time.